You could be doing everything right financially, but if your mortgage isn't structured the right way, you're missing the key that unlocks everything. Let's talk about how your mortgage structure could be the very thing that's holding you back from building wealth, and how a readvanceable mortgage changes everything. Hey, I'm Erica V, mortgage strategist, real estate investor, and someone who's been using a mortgage as my wealth building tool for over 20 years. Today, we're getting into something that most Canadians aren't even told exists. But once you understand it, it's really hard to go back. It's called a readvanceable mortgage. And if you've heard me mention the Smith Maneuver or cash damming before, this is where it all begins. Let's simplify this. A readvanceable mortgage is a type of mortgage that gives you access to a HELOC, like a home equity line of credit, that grows every time you pay down your mortgage principal. So instead of just making payments and watching your balance drop, you're also unlocking access to equity immediately. It's like having a key that opens the door to strategic borrowing, so you can invest, build wealth, or increase your cash flow without needing more income. And when it's used the right way, it can completely unlock and change your financial future. Here's how it works. Let's say you make your regular mortgage payments. Part of that payment goes towards the principal. That amount now becomes available as credit in your home equity line of credit or your HELOC. And then you can reborrow that amount to invest in an income-producing asset, fund business growth, or use cash damming if you're a landlord, or accelerate your Smith Maneuver strategy. And now instead of just paying down your mortgage, you're building wealth in two places, your home equity and your investment portfolio. And if it's set up correctly, the interest on that borrowed amount becomes tax deductible. That's the power of structure. I worked with a client who had 22 years left on their mortgage, and they were making steady payments every single month, but they weren't getting ahead. They felt stuck. And even though they were doing all the right things, they expressed that they were not going to be ready for retirement. So we restructured their mortgage into a readvanceable mortgage product. Then they worked with a Smith Maneuver certified investment advisor to take the new HELOC room created with each payment and invest it in a dividend-producing ETF. They didn't increase their monthly payments at all, but now they're building a portfolio projected to reach 6 figures within 20 years. Same debt, same income, same payments, radically different outcomes. Here's the truth. Most Canadians don't have the right mortgage for this kind of strategy. Why? Because banks don't often recommend these products. And if they do, they don't actually offer them with proper guidance with the right structure, because they're a little bit more complex and frankly less profitable for them in the long run. But just because they're not offering it to you doesn't mean it's not available to you. If you've got at least 20% equity in your home, a strong credit history, and a willingness to think differently, then this might be the first step towards something completely new. But this part is important. Not all HELOCs are created equal. To implement strategies like these, like the Smith Maneuver or cash damming, you'll need a readvanceable mortgage product, not just a regular static HELOC, the right lender, because not all banks allow investment use, proper tracking systems, and professional support. CRA compliant documents for tax deductibility, a plan tailored to your situation, your risk tolerance, and your goals. This is why working with a professional matters. The setup is everything. Mortgage rates are changing. The cost of living is rising. Traditional advice, it's just not keeping up. But when you structure your mortgage for strategy, you unlock a flexible financial tool, not just a monthly payment. This gives you choice, cash flow, and leverage, and a real shot at growing wealth, even when times feel uncertain. So what's next? If this is the first time you're hearing about a readvanceable mortgage, amazing, because this is the first step towards having and taking control. Over the next few weeks, we'll be diving into how to know if the strategy is right for you, what investments qualify, how to structure it correctly, what kind of results are possible, and of course, how to feel confident every step of the way. So if this clicked for you, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below, and when you're ready, push the big red easy button and let's start building your plan together.